Hey guys, it's about beer 30. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. This is Smuttynose Brewing Baltic Porter. And this is a 2015 edition that was sent to me by Rico. Guys, I reviewed this beer back in 2012. I found it a decent porter when I reviewed it the last time. I will give you some news. This brewery today is the 26th of January 2018. This brewery is getting ready to be auctioned off in March. So I don't know if they're still producing any beers whatsoever. I don't think they've produced this beer in a while. I don't know what has happened there, why they're going to be auctioned off. Bad management, bad distribution, whatever the case may be, guys. If you see a Smuttynose, you want to try it, or you had it and you want to, have it again, you better pick it up right now because, like I said, I don't even know if they're still producing any beers. I just read here recently in the last couple of weeks that this is going to be auctioned off. So if you're in that area and you want to fire up a brewery that's already got all the equipment there, that would probably be a pretty good venture to jump into if you're in that area and want to jump into that livelihood, if you will. But the craft beer market has exploded over the last 10 years, and unless you're producing top-notch beers, it's hard to compete. So you got to be producing stuff people are going to want to continue to buy. So, well, let's see what the 2015 edition is going to bring to the table. This is probably out of Rico's cellar, closet, whatever. So he writes on the note he sent with this. Smuttynose Baltic Porter, 9% ABV, 66 IBUs according to Untapped, and Rate Beer has it at a different ABV, and that changes usually from year to year sometimes, not always, but sometimes. Said he bought a 4-pack of this in 2015 and it was $10. And like I said, I reviewed this back in 2012 when it was in the bomber format, the big 22 ounce. This is a 12 ounce. And they said this is bottled on January 2015, and the date was about to smear off. And he put a sticker on it telling me that it is a January 2015. So, probably one of the last times we'll ever have this beer. So, hopefully it's just as tasty as what I remember it being. I don't know, maybe something changed there, or brewmaster may have changed, or whatever changed, but seems like these guys are going by the wayside. So, let's see what we got here. And guys, I used to buy these guys' beers here. They were available here at one time. I haven't seen any in a while, but they were available at one time. They had something good going on, but something has happened. So, and like I said, Rate Beer has it at 9.24%. So this is a 9%er. So I don't know, I didn't see it written on the bottle anywhere, but it is what it is. Commercial description: indigenous to Northern Europe, Baltic porters historically stem from the shipping of British porters to the Russian hinterland. Unlike the British cousins, Baltic porters are often brewed with lager yeast, which is a tradition we follow. Big and bold with flavors of coffee, dark fruit, and raisins. This black beer is smooth as chocolate swirl. Well, if it had any coffee introduced to it, being a 2015, here we are in 2018, 3 years, that coffee more than likely has faded. we shall see. That's all we need to talk about. We got the IBUs, we got the ABV, we got the bottle on date. So let's pop the top on this thing and see what we have. Alright, into the glass we go. While I pour this, guys, I think we're going to go right down the center on this one. Cuisine is barbecue, cheese, earthy camembert fontina, meats, beef, smoked meat, game, and grilled meat. Glassware and pint, Becker knife, tumbler, mug, stein, Sidel. I'm using my favorite tulip glass. It says here you can celery it, but just remember, if there was any coffee introduced to it, that fades just like hops do, guys. Right down the center, it didn't pour any head at all. I can still see the beer down the center of the glass. Over into the light, usually the porters have a little red rubbiness around the outside. I am not getting it on this one. It is pretty dark, guys. Looks like a stout in the glass. To the nose we go. Rich roasted malt. Little bit of hint of some black molasses. And there may be a slight tinge of some coffee in there. It's not outstanding, it's very subtle. And maybe a little bit of bittersweet chocolate on the nose. Well, let's dive in and see how well this cellar is. 3 years old. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Rico. That's a pleasant beer, guys. Like I said, I'm getting the roasted malt. Maybe a hint of some molasses. And a slight, ever so slight hint of maybe faint coffee. Very faint. Very easy drinking. I'm not getting any booziness or any hint that it's a 9%. Well-made beer, guys. And I'm sure it's probably a little tastier or a little more coffee presence in 2015 than it is now in 2018. So it's right out of the fridge. These style of beers, we need to let them warm up. That's what I intend to do, let it come up to room temperature. So let's do that, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Been sipping on it for a while now. Tasty beer. It's a really shame that they're going to auction this brewery off. I do think they made some decent beers. Nothing that comes to mind that's world class or outstanding, but I do think they made a very decent beer. And I find this the same way. It's just as tasty. I didn't go back and look at what I gave it back in 2012, but it's a well-made beer. The alcohol is super well hidden for a 9%er. I'm assuming that's what it is. That's what Untapped has it, but like I said, Gregsbeer has it at 9.24%. So I don't really know because it's not written on the bottle, and it should be. But it is a very tasty beer. It tastes just like a Baltic porter should taste, even though it's a little bit bigger than what the typical porter usually is. But us Americans like to kick it up a notch or 12. I mean, porters were designed to be a low ABV beer that the dock workers and stuff could have back in the 1700s and go back to work, have it with their lunch or dinner, whatever shift they were working, and go back to work and not be inebriated or not be able to perform their task or their job. But now we're doing these monster beers and imperial this and whatever, and that's especially in this style, it's non-typical for what it was designed to be. So let's do the final chug on this one. A very well done beer, guys. It really is. So like I said, it's a shame that these guys are going by the wayside. And I don't know during their auction if they're going to auction off the whole brewery as one thing and somebody else is going to go in there, or they're going to auction off every piece individually, and it's the end of anything being brewed in that building. I don't know. I don't have that information, guys. So, but anyway, I do think it's a very tasty beer, guys. I think they should have had their ABV on the bottle, which I could not find. But like I said, this is a 2015 edition. It's 3 years old now. And nowadays, a lot of the breweries put more information on the bottle. Some do, some don't. But the more the ABV, IBVs, and the bottle or canned on date is pretty important to me. And pretty important to a lot of people. They won't buy it if it doesn't have it. This particular style, the vintage would help if they don't want to put the bottle on date on it. But they do have a machine that's put the bottle on date on here, so I don't know why, unless they're reusing the labels over and over and over, and the ABV is changing. That's the only thing I can say to that. But they're putting these little stickers up on the top, and they're putting a back label on it, where they can put that information on and not change this front label. So it's what it is, guys. I'm gonna give this beer an A-. 90 is where I'm gonna put it, because it's a tasty beer. It is. Beer Advocate has it. Like I said, they have it listed a little bit stronger ABV at a 9.24. They give it a 4.25 out of 5, which is an excellent rating from those. That is in their A- category. And over to Untappd, they have it at 3.9, which is grading those guys on a curve. That's A- too. I usually consider the 4, but 3.9 is close enough for me to say that this is an A- beer also. So it's unanimous, guys. A- beer. If you have this in your cellar, your closet, your fridge, you probably ought to enjoy it. Like I said, any kind of coffee notes that you're going to get, depending on the vintage beer bottle that you have, is probably going to be subdued by this time, like this one was. But still, I found it very tasty. It doesn't say anything about any coffee on the label anywhere. So, we've got all the grades, guys. If you've had this, let me know what you think, and this one's going by the wayside. So, until we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge.